4, and I would not be shocked to see him do that tomorrow, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Dirk win this game by 6 legs to 3, because he's left himself very handily placed after 15, and Steve Brown looks like he's all out of punches.
All right, will he clean up?
100.
De Souza through, Peterson through, Wright through, Price through, Ratajski through, Aspinall through, Woodhouse through, Danny Nopper also through,
Game
and
shot
Dirk
and the
van Dijvenbode joins them. A 6-3 success against Steve Brown to book his place in the second round here at Players Championship 19. The winner, of course, of one of these events.
He will. I think he'll go 20s here. He's looking straight. Straight at double 15.
75.
Oh, equally apart from the double, but not close either one.
Has to find the treble 19. Can't. And now Martin
81.
Schindler can come back and rebuild the wreckage. He was perfect on this double earlier on. Now he's throwing it head height
and the match.
into double 3.
Well, it's not happened for Aaron Beanie today.
100.
He's been pretty impressive so far this week, but it hasn't happened for him today, and all that's happened is he's given his Danish mates a bit more ammunition to pile into the WhatsApp group ahead of the big game tonight. As Ian White lines up double 10 for the whitewash.
30.
No, not yet.
I think you can tell how pleased Ian was with that effort by the amount of time he stared at the board.
Well, there's certainly work to do for Ian to get back to his normal self. Hey, look, everybody's allowed a dodgy game, and it's a dodgy game you might win without losing a leg. 2 for double 4. It wasn't a convincing single 2. But the double 4 is all right. It is the Ian White wash as Aaron Beanie goes out in round 1. Not expect him to average 84 a second game running.
Well, they had a brilliant match at the Alexandra Palace a couple of years ago, Dobie and Anderson. Fantastic
Did he miss a match start in that? I think he certainly got close. I think it went to extra legs in a deciding set, if I remember rightly.
140.
But you're right, it was an absolute belter, even if I can't remember the exact details of it.
Yeah, Peter Wright against Rusty Jake Rodriguez, followed by Chris Dobie against Gary Anderson. We won't see much more exciting sporting events today.
Treble 18 and ball will end this match. Bullseye it is. A nod of the head from Martin Thomas.
Game shot.
And a nod of the head from Jason Lowe. A 6-4 win. It's 6-3. You might have the title at the end of the day. And anybody looking back without going into the real detail of this will just think, oh, well, he saw off Rusty Jake in round 2.
His next match will be, of course, against either Chris Dobie or Gary Anderson. That's coming up next. Stay tuned here on PDC TV. Michael Smith through to the third round, a 6-3 win for him against Poland's Krzysztof Kciuk.
Yeah, Gerwin Price, Johnny Clayton, Michael Smith and Neil Zonneveld, the 4 players through to the third round so far. Peter Wright should be getting match darts in the next few seconds. He's going to get one in the next 3 seconds. And it's double top the target. And double top is hit. 3-ton plus checkouts from Peter Snakebite Wright. 2 of them absolutely pivotal in giving him the advantage, and the third to round it off. Peter Snakebite Wright finally this week is off and running. Can he get a 3rd title of the year?
Yesterday, but Anderson, had he not missed those darts, particularly down in the southwest section of the board, his average might be up near 106, 107.
140.
Which is getting interesting. 120 something for the pair of them. Anderson needs a treble 17. He doesn't find it.
57.
Dobie needs a treble 19 with 1 of the first 2 darts. And he can't find it either.
58.
Well, Anderson has been going for double 16 and missing it. I think he'd rather this go in the treble 8 than the treble 16. Is he going to choose the 8 or the 16? I'm not sure he's decided yet, Gary Anderson. 48 left. He chooses tops in the end.
24.
And it is just over the top. Clip the wire. and it allows Derby an opportunity that perhaps he didn't think he'd get. It's just the one dart. Well, that's not the double he would have wanted.
48.
And he doesn't find it. Well, Gary Anderson has 2 darts left now. And I'm joking, it wasn't an attempted throw. He wouldn't have mattered anyway because they only needed 1. And Gary Anderson does move through to the 3rd round and will take on Peter Wright in a tasty board final after knocking out yesterday's champion Chris Derby. Derby will be back tomorrow.
In fact, from that position, there is no better shot.
93.
Especially for Kim Huybrechts, who loves double 16.
Certainly does.
Game shot and the match.
He absolutely loves it, and he will love that result. It was hard earned from Kim Huybrechts in the end. A couple of times he handed the initiative back to Rob Cross.
The advantage of throw was very, very important in our last game on this board, which was won
180
by the World Cup partner of Dimitri van den Bergh, who starts with a maximum in leg 2, just the way he started in leg 1. Before this game, he had 7 180s.
180.
He's now got 10 for the day and 3 in this match, and most importantly, 2 in this leg to set up a possible 9 darter. I think he might hit this because when he's in this sort of zone at the start, he looks almost irresistible. Double 18. It was always going to happen. 9 darter from Dimitri van den Bergh, and he looked so good from the start of the first leg to the end of that second leg. It was just bound to happen. To finish the match with 2 9 darters. He needs another one of those. Oh, Dimitri, you tease us.
128.
But it could be finished with a 10. What a performance from van den Bergh. I'm trying to find the right superlative to describe this performance.
94.
It's that good, you should test him for being a Martian. Double 2. Maybe he's human after all.
12 score.
And there is the proof, because Clayton's not out yet. Needs that 54 and doesn't get it. There have been points in this game where Clayton has played so well, but he's been made to look second best by a brilliant van den Bergh, who wins with a 14 darter on double 1. You don't hear that every day.
3 legs of this. There were the odd dart into the 5 or the 4 segment when he was going for the 18s, but there's been so few stray darts.
60.
And the wait for a title
60.
for Gary Anderson is going to carry on. It was the first Players' Championship event of last year, the last time he went unbeaten. But double 10 will end his hopes today. And that's exactly what's happened. A 14 darter, superb display from Ross Smith. He averages over a ton for the 2nd time today. He's taken out Gerwyn Price already. He adds Gary Anderson to his list of conquests, and he will face either Ryan Joyce or Keegan Brown.
We do, of course, now have confirmation that Luke Humphries is mathematically safe,
49.
as more people will be in, I'm sure, the coming hours, and over the next 24 hours, that field will be completely
94.
confirmed. But Dolan is in that range of 12 to 15 all the time in this semi-final. It's astonishing consistency. Not just in this match, as he takes a 13 darter and a 3-0 lead, but over the course of the last 2 or 3 games now. On 145, he's not going to get it, and Dolan is going to win this leg, you feel.
89.
Dimitri van den Bergh is being made to look ordinary by a spectacular Brendan Dolan right now. And in a race to 7,
No
He
score.
could have gone 5-0 up. I think that last start was thrown as if to say, well, if I'm going to miss, I'm going to miss relaxed. But it's double 18 to break the mould.
Game shot.
A little bit of a sigh of relief there for Dimitri, and he has a position that isn't insurmountable.
These results started coming. He was insistent. I am playing better than ever. I know it. And things are changing. He's getting the results. Treble 18 will leave him. Well, it would have left him 53 on a double after 12. But he's still in a very, very good position, Brendan Dolan, to wrap this up. This is a man who's not only made a major final and hit that famous 9 darter, he's got 8 PDC titles to his name.
68 it is. And it's going to be double 16. Familiar territory.
Game
and he's into the final, looking to get his 2nd title of the year. The history maker was just too good.
Half the amount of maximums that Ross Smith has fired in this afternoon.
Yeah, 2180s is a pretty good barometer of where you
96.
sit. And Chris Dobie was around that mark yesterday. And of course, Tuesday saw a first PDC ranking title for Dobie. Is that going to be the case for Ross?
90.
Who's been spending a lot of time with Steve Beaton this week. They've been seen wandering around the arena, getting fresh air. But Beaton's chances of making the match play are very slim. The chances of this leg going to Dolan
Game shot.
are just right there. Very, very good. And you might not have seen any portions of the semi-final.
In matches against Brendan Dolan. And can he finally secure a first title, just as Chris Dobie did
134.
here last night? Well, a firework finish might spark something. He's a great guide if he can find this treble 19. He has the bullseye.
107.
I thought he was going to hit that. I was right on board with what you just said. It was a perfect marker. But he did pull it just about half a centimetre. And Dolan, this is what he does.
51.
And he's starting to miss shots that he didn't miss in the semi-finals. So Smith is getting chances that he didn't expect. He's got to take them.
Game
oh,
shot.
and he takes the lead at 2-1. He's taken out all of the Mr. Smiths.
Yeah, taking out the Smiths, and heaven knows they're miserable now.
171.
Yeah, he feels a little bit more chipper now. Oh, could Ross Smith lose this leg? Well, it was 171 to leave 132. And we've already seen Ross Smith miss the bull on this shot.
What hold does Brendan Dolan have over this man? He's not going to get a dart at the finish.
If it was you, what would you do? Go straight to double 9 again?
I would split, but that's why I'm sat here and he's up there.
Game shot.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I think that was courageous. Look at where that dart landed. Just on the inside. Maybe for a millisecond when he threw that. I think the way that the Players' Championship finals and the UK Open has developed over the last few years has readied
85.
these players for slightly longer games like best of 19 or indeed best of 31.
Well, they have a chance here to put a little bit of daylight between himself and Dolan, but he'll need a special checkout. It is one that gives you a bit of a double chance.
99.
135. Start on the bullseye. If you hit the 25, it's treble 20 bull.
Well, the bull's covered. Pick an angle. This one is being thrown from the other side of Warwickshire.
Game shot.
Oh, what a shot from Ross Smith. Clean as a whistle. You'll not find a better checkout all day long than that.
Just put the pressure on with a brace of ton 40s at the back end of this leg. And Dolan is ready to level up.
43.
Things have just got a little bit ragged. And Dolan has collected himself quite well. That leaves 48. Double 16 for a level game.
50.
This is a superb chance for Ross Smith to get back to that 2-leg cushion.
Which way does he go?
Looks like 25. There's plenty of practice in this area. It's the bullseye again.
Game shot.
Oh, he's got it as well. Beautifully done from Smudger. I was just about to call him the curse.
Smith can hold his throw. He moves 3 ahead and 2 away. And that might be too big a bridge for Brendan.
140.
Ross Smith is performing better in this final than he did against Michael Smith in Niederhausen. That has to be said. In my first final,
100.
I got a good start against Robert Thornton and I felt a bit lost after that. But when I played him a year later in the Australian Open final, I felt a lot better, more used to it. And Ross Smith should be 6-3 up. And is. 2 away. And I've seen a 170 today from Brendan Dolan. Best finish of the day for Ross Smith was a 1-4-2.
Yeah, that was in the semi-final against Ryan Joyce. Can he add his name to the Roll of Honour and net the big fish?
145.
Well, he's having a love-hate relationship with the bullseye in this match, isn't he, Ross Smith? On that occasion, it's hate, but it would be love for him if Brendan hits it here. He doesn't. He finds a 25.
Game shot.
And he lands a double 18.
PC ranking winner.
Well, you've won these events before. I mean, what does it mean to come to one of these tournaments where all of the best players in the world are here and leave that day being the best in the room?
It's pretty cool. Not going to lie. My first British-based Pro Tour win in Crawley, I beat Anderson and Adrian Lewis
65
to win the title. It doesn't get much better than that. But right now, if you're taking out the people that Ross Smith has today and you put Brendan at the end of that list, I mean, you mentioned Gerwyn Price, Gary Anderson, and the dangerous players like Joyce and Barry and Lennon.
93.
Well, Ross Smith, who adores double 18, is now looking for 7-4. Had some bother on double 9 earlier, but doesn't this time, and he's now within 1.
Down to 64 after a dozen darts. All Smith can do at the moment is hit and hope. And it's hit. Sparkling
from Ross Smith to pressurise that 64. You can see it's his 4th 180. Will it be key? Double 16.
32.
And here is where he could get 1 dart. Indeed 2 for the tournament.
Chris Dobie won his first PDC title yesterday. And
the
today, Ross Smith seals his first title. And you can see exactly what it means to him. He beat the world #1 and world champion Gerwyn Price en route. He's beaten Gary Anderson as well. And in the final, he's beaten a man who had beaten him every single time they'd met. He didn't have a worse record against any player other than Brendan Dolan before this match, and he's seen him off in the final to win his first title, and it is elation for Ross Smith.
Ross, congratulations. Finally, you're a PDC title winner. How does that feel? Looked emotional.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say really. You know, it feels like it took me 50 years. Do you know what I mean? I'm only 32. I've been playing that long. Do you know what I mean? So, but no, yeah, I don't even know what to say, to be fair. I'm so happy.
You've played some really good stuff today, but it's not like this is a one-off. You've played some excellent stuff over probably the last couple of years, really. But it's come together for you today, and the players that you've beaten and some of the performances that you've put in. Ryan Joyce, Gary Anderson, Gerwyn Price. I mean, they're big wins, and then you need to do that to become a champion.
Yeah, I know I can beat anyone. Without sounding big-headed, I know I can beat anybody on my day, but it's the biggest thing that I've always struggled with, and I've said it to loads of people, is the consistency. It's like beating, like, you know, for instance, today I beat Gezi, but, you know, you then got to go and win your next game. There's no point in beating somebody who's that calibre and then losing. Do you get what I mean? You've got to continue it, and I feel like for the first time, really, I'm starting to do that, you know, so yeah.
You hadn't made it a senior final until this year, and you made one just a few weeks ago in Germany, lost out to Michael Smith in the final. Do you think that experience helped you today?
Yeah, massively. I just kept telling myself one more, but against Michael it was quite strange. I played against Michael, and it was I felt like in a weird little bubble, if you get what I mean. I didn't feel quite like I was there. It was quite strange. But today, obviously against Brendan as well, that's a massive thing, just beating Brendan, because all these years I've played him, I've never beaten Brendan. So when I drew him in the final, I thought, oh, how's your luck? You know what I mean? Here we go. So, you know, to beat Brendan anyway is just, yeah, I'm made up.
How did, because it was 7 times you'd played him before. You probably didn't even know how many times. But
it felt like 100.
Yeah. Played 7, lost 7. Yeah. So coming into that takes some mental strength to overcome that, doesn't it? Because I know it wasn't your best average of the day, but I haven't got a clue. You won it. And I mean, there was a shot from somewhere over here hitting the bullseye that was a cracker.
Yeah, I've been hitting them in practice, funnily enough, so I'll take that. But yeah, against Brendan, like I say, it's a massive mentality thing for me, that just winning that against him, because of even if like he has a bad game, it's like I have a bad game and I can't beat him. If he averaged 60, I guarantee I'd average 58. Do you get what I mean? I just cannot ever beat him. So mentally, I just tried to, you're not playing him, just play the board sort of thing.
In one fell swoop, to beat Brendan for the first time in your career and pick up your first title on the PDC circuit. You'd won on the sort of Challenge Tour system, you'd won in the youth system back in the day. But to do that, do you feel this is a breakthrough moment for you in your career?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I do feel like it, because of the consistency's there now. You know, like you said before this, I hadn't even made a final this year, so I've made 2 finals now, and I've won one of them. So yeah, why not? You know, I feel like I'm good enough to kick on. Again, it's all right. I know I can beat anybody on my day, but so can anybody in this room. That you know, you're playing against the best players in the world. But it's that consistency part, and I feel like I'm finally sort of like, I'm getting there now, and I've grown up quite a bit as well. You know.
Well, that's it. A lot of people might not know your story. You played a lot of the youth system. You were tipped as one of the next big things, but you actually went away from the game for a year or 2 before coming back. This is sort of Ross Smith version 2, and probably better equipped than ever to go and do this sort of thing.
I had loads of things going on. You know, my dad weren't well, and not only that, I just, you know, I had my little boy who was just being born. I was going for getting a mortgage, and you know, not only that, I felt like I played darts my whole life, sort of thing. So I needed a bit of a break. Just even being out with the lads and that, you know, it's just, I needed a step away. But it's the best thing I've ever done, because of, you know, I don't think I'd be here now if I didn't have that break. Definitely needed it.
Well, not only are you here now and winning titles, this opens up all kinds of doors.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing you at the Betfair World Match Play for the first time. The World Grand Prix is within reach. What would it mean to you to step out, or what will it mean, because it's going to happen, to step out on that Winter Garden stage at the Match Play?
I remember watching it when I was a kid, you know, and just practicing, and it was on the TV behind me, and I was in the dining room and it was on the TV, and I remember always watching it, you know, lots of Jamie Harvey and Priestley and people like that, you know, and Warren. It was brilliant. So to actually be there, you know, I remember being there and watching it with people like Kirk Shepherd and things, you know, as a kid growing up. So yeah, to actually be able to walk out would be absolutely amazing. You know, I'm really, really over the moon with it.
Look, we've seen a number of players pick up a title and then go on to great things. I mean, it took Mensur Suljovic a little while to win. Once he did, he didn't stop. Chris Dobey, a first-time winner yesterday. About time that happened. I said to him
today, I said, you won it. I said, you won your maiden today. I said, yesterday, I said, I'm going to go for it today. And then, well, you know, over the moon.
Well, I know that this was sort of the next target for you, and it has been for a while now, to win a PDC ranking title. Yeah. What now?
Just kick on, really, innit? You know, just keep. I'm practicing harder than I've ever practiced, so I've just got to keep working on that. And I think a lot of it is just mentality, isn't it? You've got to stay mentally strong, and you know, I'm just doing everything I can. I'm working working my backside off to try and do it. So.
And it is absolutely working. A lot of hard work.
Oh, honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy.
Look, you
I might not look it, but I really am. Inside, I'm like bursting. So.
Hey, look, it could be a great day as well. I assume you're watching the football later.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there we go.
It's coming home, hopefully.
It's coming home. That's what Ross Smith. Well, look, the title has come home to him. At long last, Ross Smith is a PDC title winner, a maiden.